Cartier Bob here with the Play No Games podcast. Thank you again once again for like, comment, subscribing. You know, I'm here with my main man.
I'm take for it. You know how it is. You know, I got that thing on me. I'm dripped out. You know what I'm saying? Roly.
Always
with a side of ranch.
Just you.
Huh?
Why is your Tay just you?
Yeah.
Because he wants to. Because
at least when he's mocking you, like
because he
I
wants
sound like
because he wants to be like me. So he's a clone.
because I sound.
He's a clone. Clone Wars.
Nah, you can't make your voice.
No. You are making your.
My voice always sounds like this. It really always does.
You just getting your voice deeper makes you think that sounds
deeper,
sexy.
nigga. This is my fucking voice.
So you trying to do some hotline sex phone call, whatever?
Oh, you call them? No.
I don't know, but like.
What did you do with your LeBron voice?
Kermit the.
That's why he asked us to come at 7 instead of 6 when he's already off. That's where you keep the door locked? I thought I saw a dog.
Hey, baby. You know.
All right, what's up, y'all? That's me making my voice deeper.
I will say this.
That's me.
Okay.
That's me
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Ew.
Can I be your slave?
FBI, open up.
On some DDG.
I hated that I had headphones in for that.
On some DDG shit. That is the weirdest shit ever. I ain't gonna lie.
I still
All
think he's fucking up.
Stop, because it's my Play No Games. So let's
Okay.
record. Yeah. Before I forget it, because I really hate. I'll be forgetting so many shit.
What do you play no games about, Tay?
Yeah. Wait, did you even intro the show?
Oh, my bad. Oh, hi. You see the flow? You see what's going on? Welcome to the Play No Games podcast. I'm your host, Cartier Rob.
I'm safe for it, bro.
And we're gonna introduce you all into our very first game. It's Play No Games.
No pun intended.
And what do you play no games about, Tay?
I'll play. Oh, damn. You good?
We got something in the rafters.
Yeah, no, bro, over here dying this shit. I told you, puff.
Pass.
Pass. It makes the circulation.
That was my mistake.
Yeah. Puff. I feel you. All right, so, but no, what I play no games about, how corny is the fact that DDG intentionally makes his voice higher and deeper depending on the environment he's in. Mm-hmm. As someone with a somewhat deeper voice, like the thought of me sounded like this, like it sounds crazy. So like I find it humorous, and honestly it threw me off when I found out that wasn't his actual natural voice. And we might need some cough drops or something for my mans on the left. But
we got DDG back there.
Yeah.
I still think it's fake, yo.
You think his actual voice is fake?
Yeah, because it's just trying to like learn YouTube and things like that. Like when people put on for YouTube, like it's literally like a stick. Like that gets people to like have these conversations like we're having right now. And I don't know, with this whole DDG thing, like with the thing with like his wife, how you see how serious he's talking. Mm-hmm. I think that's his regular voice. Because he's fired up talking about his son. And you know when people get, a little bothered, it's hard for them to hide their real self. I think the voice thing is a gimmick. 1000%.
Oh, who knows? What about you though? What you playing no games about?
What I play no games about, and I'll make this really quick, is Donald Trump may have a third term. The way he's cooking up. And
So you're co-signing him?
I didn't say I'm co-signing him.
He said he's cooking up. What are we getting at?
I'm just saying he's cooking up a third term.
It says you cannot serve more than 2 terms.
Yeah.
But that's what the latest thing he was talking about. And I was like, man, he's actually saying exactly what he's doing. And I want to play no games about. That's crazy, man.
Dude, it's like 2018. He was talking about being like the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah.
That's... You just believing everything he says now?
Well, he actually
that's going to be the 51st.
And most of this,
he literally was talking about
most
today.
of the legislation he's tried to pass has been overturned, so he really hasn't been like doing.
I don't know, man.
He tried. He's put much more.
We're literally. We're 2 days. We're 2 days from Tariff Tuesday. We're getting tariffs in 2 days.
Now I wish I had a mic. No, you're good.
Okay.
You talk your shit.
I already said my piece.
Fair enough. That's why I play no games about, because man, I feel like it's gonna be a tough. It might be a tough 4 years, man. It's not. It's already. Usually, I feel like presidents don't really start getting stuff done until like their second, third. Like he's foot on the gas.
Third.
What?
You said the second or third.
No, I mean second, third year.
I thought you meant second, third term. I was like, that's never happened. But
Well,
Roosevelt.
True. I know you don't want to go down this road.
What are you talking about? I knew that.
The last like month and a half, me and him.
We can do trivia on here, no problem.
Fuck trivia. It's been never mind. You've had a long couple weeks, buddy. So we'll keep it pushing. But you know who don't play no games? LeBron when it comes to his son. So you want to intro that?
So lately right now, what the fuck was that?
Fuck you.
Fuck both of you. Anywho, besides our bickering,
podcast, Rob.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for the sarcasm. Anywho, our latest current events when it comes to the most media versus sports on the court, off the court beef that I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even see it coming. Stephen A. Smith versus LeBron. It started with the stare down, and now it escalated to, I would have swung on LeBron, to I'm going to end up on your enemy's podcast, to Stephen A.
I wouldn't say Pat McAfee is his enemy, but
I thought they had beef when he joined ESPN.
I wouldn't say it's beef. Him and Jason Whitlock have beef.
No, that's true. Yeah. So I'll bring it right here. How do you feel about the current narrative of LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith?
It's kind of interesting, honestly. As someone I feel I'm pretty impartial to this situation. I can, fully love LeBron's game. Think he's one of the greatest players I've ever seen. I can also understand, as I've said before, I don't think at this time Bronny is a solidified rotational player in the NBA. Were certain things done to secure his position with being drafted 55th overall? Yes. He averaged 4 points a game as a freshman in college. I want to say he averaged anywhere from like 10 to 14 as a senior in high school. Granted, he was at Sierra Canyon, but still, even there, I've seen BJ Boston average 20. So, that's neither here nor there. So, with that, any critique of your son in the premise of basketball is fair game once you allow him to be inserted into this industry. LeBron and some of his apologists are taking issue with the verbiage of, as a father, I'm pleading with you. That is not an implication that I think you're a bad father. That is a call to action. You know what this is doing to your son, the pressure he's now on, the criticism he's now receiving because of this. Hey, here's a hint. If we just remove him from the limelight of Laker Nation and he's just playing with the South Bay Lakers, because G League games, they don't get a whole lot of coverage.
They're on Tubi.
He's out of sight, out of mind. So then I'm not forced to talk about him. But when he then starts or gets heavy minutes against, say, the 76ers and Tyrese Maxey has him in hell, now because you've inserted your son into this industry, and my producers and network leads are saying, hey, Bronny, he gets a lot of engagement on social media, also with our Nielsen ratings, I have to talk about him. And you're not going to like what I want to say about him.
You remember the movie Matilda?
Yes, I do, but hold on. One shot real quick. Yo, and I want my money, AJ, by the way.
Remember?
And hold on. And I want a public apology on Instagram as well, because I was right. Well, I don't want to hear shit about no damn G League stats, nigga.
Well,
So continue.
I was gonna say,
keep on fucking DMing shit of fucking Bronny dropping 30 and shit in the G League, nigga. Reed Shepherd had 50 his first fucking game. Isaiah Thomas hopped off the couch. He was with his wife and kids for fucking 3 years and dropped 40. So no, I don't want to hear about this nigga dropping 25. You're cooking against people who are not in the NBA. They're not in the NBA for a reason. So no, I don't want to hear shit about that.
Oh, this is Patreon.
Holla at me when he's averaging 10, 15 in the league. Holla at me when he can contribute to some fucking winning. Not when he drops 20 when they're down 30, nigga.
Oh.
But I understand your last name is whatever - James. And you have a certain affinity for this player. I don't. Fuck with this game. But I can call bullshit when it's bullshit. And this is my self-cook, so I'm going to pass it to Rob. Go off.
Wow. I'm going to go back to my shameless reference. Man, so many people caught strays. But, for the totality of me editing, the reason why I brought up Matilda is like you're putting Bronny and AJ in the chokey. It's cold. It's dark. Nobody wants to be there. Jesus.
I don't like talking about this kid. And not that I have a problem with him. It's like I don't want to critique you. So when people keep on bringing you up, like the fact that he can have a block or just random ass highlight, you wouldn't do this for anyone else. So you don't get to praise this nigga for a play, but then not allow him to be critiqued for XYZ.
But here's the issue of what I've always had when it came to sports, when it came to talking about LeBron, where LeBron does no wrong, in my opinion. Where like,
all right, yep.
Like, stop. I feel like people really don't give, like, when LeBron does something wrong, like, let him sit with that, because there was the tweet saying like, hey, my son can guard majority of the league.
My point, no, he said my son's better.
Yeah. And my thing is, if we bring that up, then now we talking shit about you being a father. No, you literally set him up. You LeVar Ball. Your son.
It's just that your son couldn't stand on his own 10 toes.
But I can't talk to Laker fans. I can't talk to LeBron
apologists, yes,
about this, because now that's the part where I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Now, I feel like maybe if LeBron want to pull him aside and be like, hey, we'll try. But like, even that to me was a chess move. That was like, oh, let me rile up the base. Like, I'm finally gonna get back at Stephen A. and all that media now.
And you know what? I think also part of it is this. He's the biggest man in sports media. So if I go at the head, the snake will die.
Okay. So I have a question. Have you heard this recently? I think it was.
But I do think it's corny, the fact that, Skip and whomever said countless shit about you. But now this is when you want to fucking try to punk a nigga.
But I feel like if I say that, I'm hating. Now, I'm curious. I think it was Michelle Beadle, not Ty Lue, Lou Will, and not Chase Budinger,
Chandler Parsons.
So they recently came out with a podcast saying that Marquise Morris in the trade said that LeBron was asking for him, and AD was questioning if LeBron actually knew. And Marquise, I don't see him as a lying ass type of a dude. Now, if this is to be true, allegedly, you are telling your brother AD, I didn't know nothing about this trade. I did. So my thing is, we never call LeBron out for that, because he gets his pass.
Yeah, because he's LeBron. He's likable. He opened the school and all this shit. I'll say this. I went back and forth with my dad about this because he doesn't really care for LeBron. I feel like I'm pretty impartial about the shit. Is there a possibility he didn't know about the trade? Yes. Do I take Markieff Morris as just having a reason to lie? No. Do I also have evidence of LeBron doing shady shit with people he professes to be his brothers, like him popping up at the pop out, which is kind of weird, but that's neither here nor there. So,
okay, no, you're cooking.
Most people, I've had arguments with people that I'm in group chats with. Most niggas that work in entertainment, sports, or anything in pop culture, they're not genuinely friends.
They're not.
They just happen to be acquaintances based off proximity. And that is solely it.
So, my issue, because I want to be fair, because people think that I just hate LeBron. I just don't like when LeBron doesn't take responsibility, because if you're that type of leader, because that's actually my problem with KD. KD, sorry, I love you, my dude. I think you're the guy I chose to follow, but the reason why, in my opinion, things aren't going well with the Suns is because you're not stepping up and leading. Yeah. And my thing is, I think LeBron does a good job of like helping that. Like, LeBron's an A+ leader, but like when it comes to the off the court stuff, when maybe you should work on your free throws. I'm talking about like the small things. He's just like, why you like so.
Or just lean into being an asshole.
That too.
If that's what you're on.
So my question is, to kind of like make this full circle, when it comes to Stephen A., how could have Stephen A. handled this differently?
Unfortunately, what do you mean? The dialogue around Bronny or the incident that happened at the Lakers game? I would say
all in general, because there's a couple points I think
the dialogue is the dialogue. People are going to, if they're going to take issue with, I'm pleading to you as a father, that's just their MO, and that's what they're trying to get off that day. He has as much power as he has. He still has bosses at ESPN. And he has producers that he has to acquiesce to in terms of the content. Of course, he has a heavy say in what they talk about, but it gets to a point where, no, we're talking about this shit.
Yeah.
So that's that. In terms of the interaction with Bron, there's really no way he could have handled that any differently. Either you're going to bark back with him, and that becomes a whole thing in and of itself, which doesn't really, shed light favorably on your situation. if he was going to take that on the chin, he should have just took that on the chin and not brought up like, if he would have touched me, I would have swung on him. There's nothing. What are you doing there? You didn't do it in the situation, so Stephen A. don't be on some corny shit and say you would have done X, Y, Z. Because I have no.
Because he's from Brooklyn, right?
He's from Queens, Hollis, Queens.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You got.
Well, I know he's from Queens. I want to say he's from Hollis, though.
He got to say that because LeBron was taking his card. He got to let people know that he's.
You
one
damn
of
near 60 years old, bro. Like, come on, yeah.
My only issue with Stephen A. when it came to the situation is, I feel like he should have talked about it once and not go on so many podcast tours because I feel like that hurts.
And I ain't gonna lie, I do agree with Brown when he was on Pat McAfee show. He does seem like he's on some Taylor Swift tour right now.
It's milking it.
Yeah, because ESPN sees the walls closing in right now, and that's part of the issue as well. And what I mean by that, as you'll probably see with like Jeff T, Gil's Arena, so forth and so forth, all the smoke, athletes are taking control of the media space when it comes to sports. The whole debate back and forth of like, oh, who's the GOAT? LeBron, Jordan, parallels between LeBron and Steph. These guys are aging out, so they don't have their shtick in terms of basketball, but basketball takes so much of a pocket in terms of their market share. So now if the basketball season is just dull because LeBron isn't going to be here in a year or two, what else do we have to talk about? So I need to drag this shit and milk the cow as much as possible before the well runs dry.
Yep.
So... Damn, I cooked. I ain't cooked like that in a while.
Here. And I don't talk about myself. You see what he said there? All right. Anywho. But you know what else you've been really cooking about?
You fucking fed.
But you know what else?
Hey, we can talk about that dude too for the fourth one if you want.
Yeah. All right. Well, for doing that for the fourth one, I think it's on me. It's on me. Well, I'm gonna try to take some of that.
Drew over here dying,
bro. He really is. Well, I am going to try to cook myself. Now, I talked about this.
What strain is it?
Bird.
I talked. What?
Pigeon.
What? Anywho, I talked about this, and this has actually been blowing up. Is the 20v1s, but before there were 20v1s, there was actually this thing called Pop the Balloon. And I'm curious, Tay, where were you at the first time you saw a Pop the Balloon video?
Probably at my guy Coop's place downtown. You know, he's a barber, and I'll just pull up on him because I work from home. So sometimes I'll just be like, hey, bro, what you want? And he'd be like, yeah, I'm just about to cut an hour. I bet I'm about to just slide, just work over here just so I could have at least some type of human interaction throughout the day. That shit is baffling. The fact that, one, we dedicate this much time towards this type of platform. But I will say this. The one silver lining in this shit, I'm glad it sheds a light on how crazy the dating space is right now. Motherfuckers will get up there, be 40 years old, be popping their balloons for people and say something to the effect of, I hate, or, you seem like a cool person, but I hate that you're this old and haven't shown to be able to, maintain a relationship or anything of the effect. You're 40. So, like, where was this for you the last, 15 years?
So, what if I told you that this is not going to be independent and it's going to be on your local Netflix?
Yeah, I saw that. It's kind of, that's why I know we've really lost the recipes in society because, there's the Nets, Spike Lee, John Singletary, so forth and so forth, and even like great writers. Writers today are being reduced now to either making another Marvel movie that they're having to write, or some reboot of like
with 30 other writers.
Yeah, literally, or having to write fucking Medea Goes to Space or Medea Goes to Mars or some shit.
Snow White.
That gets greenlit, but indie film about the Black Panthers or something that's actually positive in terms of Black history, that shit can't get any money towards it. But a 20v1 with, I'm not even gonna use the words, but just crazy individuals can. No. I was about to go somewhere completely left. That was gonna get us canceled. So, But let's just say Boozy, right? This shit can get funny. This fucking buffoonery.
So before you go that far, I do want to shout out Arlette because I feel like there's more. I've seen a lot of junk pop the balloons, but the one that's getting greenlit is the more classier one where they're trying, because even the host would be like, you would be like, oh, I don't like
Arlette messy as hell.
No, but hey, you know, they gotta have a little bit. It's not all the way. It's just like a little salt. But I'm saying, like, I'm happy for them. Like, that's a dub for them because now she's not gonna be in front of the camera. It's gonna be somebody else. But I do fear that if they're not in front of the camera, it's going to lose that luster where it's going to be like, all right, they're already having trouble for people trying to be on the show just to get publicity. Now it's going to be 10 times worse. And now we get like a few more Aaron the Plumbers or whatchamacallit, or I don't like you because your weave is this. And I don't know, because you kind of bring up a good point too, where it's kind of like the dating market, the marriage market is so unattainable for people because they're trying to grasp something that's perfect, and they don't understand the challenges of what it is to work. So it's kind of like, yeah, that person may not have an outfit that you want, but they can change that.
And Instagram has made people have a false perception on their options as well.
Yo, let's talk about it.
Like, I know you may follow that IG Betty, bro. She ain't fucking with you.
No. Like,
never mind. I'm gonna sound crazy.
The mini conversations.
All right, pause. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna just hold on. I need ISO. I need ISO real quick, bro. For whomever this may apply to, what you can fuck is not necessarily what you can bag and what's mirroring you. And whatever relationship dynamic that may look like, do with that what you will. Because there are a lot of people that are out here single, complaining about the dating market, who will also at the same time say, oh, well, you know, I fucked with XYZ, so I need a certain XYZ. Well, motherfucker, that didn't end up how you wanted it to, so really what did that do for you?
Yeah, and that gets into the point of what he's talking about is sometimes you're gambling. Like, you're trying to, like, all right, I got this with this chick, I got this with this guy, or whomever you fuck with. And like, the issue I have with it is, because I see that in my office, I see that a lot. And like, the expectation of how this person is supposed to show up is so unrealistic, where, so you mean to tell me you expect him or you expect her to do all that in the workday? What kind of rom-com are you? What kind of Disney? What kind of, it's just so, it's a, you know, as the single guy on the show, I'm just curious, like, how do you navigate through, like, someone's being like, hey, Tay, you need to pay for anytime we go out, you need to pay for all the dinners. How do you deal with that?
I ain't gonna lie, the worst thing a woman could do is ask me for shit. I'm like, no, I'm such a smooth dude when it comes to like paying for stuff. Like, I will do off the strength. If you fit your mouth to like say, you know, I only deal with guys who do XYZ.
Who pay your bills?
Yeah, you'll never get shit out of me, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, if you just not, never mind, let me rephrase that. If you don't make ultimatums with shit, you are much more likely to get a very generous side out of me. In that sense, if you get what I mean, like, I'll like, you know, buy you flowers, like, oh, you know, ask you like, oh, you ate lunch for it? Yeah, just send me some money, whatever.
So my question is kind of like, wrap this together full forward is, you know, we got dudes like Aaron the Plumber that come from these type of shows.
Buffoon, yes.
In a real way?
Yeah.
And my question, I guess, to kind of go further with it is, it's just like, but that's what people actually get gassed off. Where it's kind of like, they love seeing that. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy watching him crash out. But I guess my question is, if you're saying that he's a bozo, people are still giving that like energy and attention. Women are still like, I can fix this person, I can work with this person. Where it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of agree with you, bringing it back where this might be just another Marvel movie on Netflix.
Pretty much.
In the writer's room. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's sad where we're at, but
time for a commercial break?
I think so.
All right, we'll be right back.
Do you have an event coming up? A project that would be elevated by crisp visuals and clear audio? Look no further than the Backseat Critic Productions. Our email is bc.productions.pdx@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram at bc.productions.pdx.
We're back. Now,
We're blessed in this. No.
You want to keep going with that?
No.
Do I need to close the doors?
Close the doors. For
And
what?
nobody gets out. I'm gonna need 40K
it
right
went,
now.
It went over my head. Good job. That was the first time that's happened. I'm gonna let you intro it.
I'm gonna let you introduce it.
All right. Long story short, y'all. Marvin Sapp was preaching. I don't know where Marvin Sapp from, but he more or less locked niggas into his damn church.
Kidnapping.
And told, I mean, which I ain't gonna say it's not abnormal. I've heard pastors tell ushers close the doors in terms of like not letting like flow through. I mean, they do it at roast. Like they close the doors, right?
They're not saying open your wallets.
Yeah. Now him almost dictating that folks donate to the church and pay tithes, and then he also set parameters in terms of the amount that people had to pay who were on the actual around the altar near him, or just behind him rather. That was kind of weird. I think it was like $100. She's like, these are $100 seats, so you need to make $100 submission to the Lord. We got $40,000 in here. I know we got $40,000 in here.
Yo, that.
So how you feel about that? Well, what was your? Because I know you're a believer, so what was your initial reaction when you saw that?
My initial reaction is this is why Christianity struggles when we have stuff like this. This performative mega church ridiculousness. Now, don't get me wrong, because I do want to like validate some of the things that are coming from you. Yes, stop the flow of traffic, but like, let me tell you, if Robert C. joins her, or if Andrew was like, look here, we're closing the doors at Rose. I need $20 from each one of y'all because I know we got it. Because I'll be like, this nigga is drunk with Satan. Because at the end of the day, I'll just say this. It's like we lose a lot of people in Christianity and Christ when we don't lead with compassion.
With God. No.
With God.
No, we lead with man and man's bullshit.
That's why for me, I've always struggled with, you getting paid to praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Like I've always like, it's kind of hard
as far as like pastoral position,
like working at a church, and then like I understand like we got to take care of our pastors and priests, but like when it becomes like a mega church,
see the only thing with that, and I understand your apprehensions of that, it's just like having had grandparents who were both pastors and also previously like worked as within leadership roles within different churches they've been part of, the amount of like back end administrative work that goes into even just making a sermon happen the day of, people don't really take into account like, oh, okay, like, we have communion, so like, these grape juice like packets need to be ordered, or like, these, what, you joking, but like, nigga, do that for 200 people plus 3 services, plus you need to coordinate times that people are serving, plus you need napkins, this, that, and third. The audio has to be good, video editing, somebody's running the social media page, AV and technical support when you like putting scriptures on the background projector behind the pastor.
Even, after a service for like the donations and stuff, like counting out the money.
Exactly, bro. For the top.
Taking that to the bank.
No, managing the parking lot in terms of like transportation, walking women to, wherever their vehicle may be. Like all that stuff has to be coordinated. Mm-hmm. Coordinating Sunday church. Like it's a lot of moving parts that go into a church happening every Sunday. So
no, I agree. Shout out to people we had on. Shout out to the wonderful couple we had on Relationship Dynamics. They run a church. They're explaining like we don't understand what it's like to build like a sermon, because you got to start from Monday, Tuesday, and then Sunday, and it's repeats. We got 52 Sundays in a year,
and your pastors don't get no days off for real.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, like when Warren Sapp, because
Marvin Sapp.
Oh, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Sapp. My bad. When Marvin Sapp does,
those are two crazy individuals to put next to his name.
I'm leading into what I do.
Yeah.
It just makes me sad, because I think he kind of like tried to like, hey, I was just like trying to promote people to do to give. Like I understand that, but as like Christians, we have to be very like we have to lead by example. Leading by example is doing the right thing because we've done so many despicable things. I think we have to be the leaders in doing the right things.
Man has the body of Christ, has it?
No, I know.
Yeah, that's clarify that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you said we. That's why I'm like.
I'm saying we as a collective,
as men,
man.
Yeah.
So I think when we try to hunt for those viral clips for when you are in that position and you're serving by preaching and giving what the word of God, but also at the same time, like great power comes great responsibility. And like I think when he was trying to break it down, I forget on whose show, where like he was just saying like if we have $5, I think Tony kind of said something very similar to that. But yeah, because if you got 10,000 people that give $1 in church, $10,000,
Facts.
So like I understand that, but like I'm not about to shake you down like it's downtime Portland.
Yeah, true. But I will say this, and I know you probably agree. Like, if you believe in whomever, or you believe in like a cause, like you'll want to just genuinely do it if you have if you have in your means. So at this moment, I will ask both of these two individuals to cash at me $100.
Can I just say the number of cults that have ended in being stuck in churches? They locked the door.
The way he turned that was crazy.
Hey, you can have whatever. What is my favorite?
What's that one guy who made people drink the little thing?
You talking about Jim Jones?
Jim Jones? Damn.
The Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid, drink the Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones.
The fact that that's never mind.
Of name of a rapper that has.
Oh no, I was gonna say the fact that a lot of people cite that as being where that term originated from.
Really? Where did it originate from?
Drinking the Kool-Aid from Jim Jones.
Oh yeah. I thought is it from another place?
No, I think that's
okay. Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Okay.
And it's funny because it started. He had some of his guards kill a reporter and the cameraman and producer that flew down to South America to interview him. Realized, we fucked up, and then just gave everyone Kool-Aid and killed like 300 or 600 people or whatever. Yeah.
Wait a second. Did anybody survive?
No.
Okay.
No, including himself. But yeah, it all started from like they shot and killed a reporter, producer, and cameraman. Realized they fucked up and they just killed everyone.
Yeah. I've always thought that. I swear, or maybe because this has been a minute since the documentary that I did watch. I swear, I thought like one lady survived and was just telling her story.
Well,
there's people that like leave.
Or left early, yeah.
Almost said a crazy name.
Cops. God.
Yeah, that was.
Whoa.
You heard that?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I was like, if it picked up, that would be crazy.
Can I know?
I'll tell you. I feel weird about laughing too.
Yeah, I'll do.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because that would have been crazy on the camera.
Yep.
I'll just say this, the people that did walk away, did they have like that Peter Griffin moment? They were like, oh my gosh, let me just back on the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I know, was it Heaven's Gate? There was some people that left, and one guy's voice is so permanently altered. He's a higher.
What they
he's
do?
the reverse of Tay, where
Tall?
So he's ugly. So he's ugly like this guy.
Hey, ugly, beautiful. I still win.
Beat and shamed him for having a low voice.
Real.
Did you say real for that?
Real. I mean, like, I don't know. I just feel like if your voice isn't past a certain octave, like some podcasters, I just can't take you serious as a man.
Huh? Who you talking about?
Whomever it may apply to.
Man, that's crazy.
Everyone else in the room.
Man, that's crazy. His intrusive thoughts going crazy on camera. I can't believe I'm about to edit this. I'll bleep it out for you.
For what?
No, I was fucking with you. But now I would say ending today's episode, Warren Sapp was crazy for that. Marvin Sapp. Oh, my bad. Marvin Sapp was crazy for that. I hope y'all don't not believe in the power of Christ. That was just wild. Another church moment, because didn't TD Jake say something about being swallowed or some shit like that?
Swallowed, yeah. Oh no, bro, no. It's the craziest thing though. Random tangent that we could like.
Yeah.
Was it Joel Osteen that closed his doors
During the hurricane?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yes.
Bro, if there's a single soul going to his church today, they're insane. Yeah.
He said, I don't want to get this new carpet messed up. But come on,
Yeah.
y'all. I was like, man, I remember.
Instant security out to like kick people off the property too.
Damn.
He said, and the fuck y'all. Fuck off. Fuck off, the both of you.
Yeah, you're not gonna get me on camera. Fuck you, man. Yeah, you jump on that cross by yourself. But it's been a great episode of the Play No Games podcast. It's Tay Ford as usual. Great. Sorry, I'm laughing. But it's Tay Ford.
It's Cartier Rob. What did I say?
And we'll see y'all again next week.
What did I say?